Is God's purpose unclear? Men, have you ever asked yourself that question? Now, I'm going to give you a little secret here, let you in on something. If you've asked that question, let me tell you why. Lean in here. Man, you're a baby. Yes, you are a man baby. Now, when I say that, you either think it's funny or you're a little bit offended. Who's this dude telling me I'm a baby, I'm a grown man? Well, stick with me till the end, and I'm going to break it down on why I say that you are a man baby. But first, the reason why you clicked on this video and you're watching is because you struggle with purpose. And I'm going to tie it all together. Today, we're going to get clarity on your purpose. Now, it may not be the full clarity, but I'm going to show you 3 things that you need to do to start getting clarity over your purpose. All right? So watch this video to the end. This is JourneyMen. We go through the SOAP format: scripture, observation, application, and prayer in order to get wisdom for your day. So today we're talking about purpose. We're going to be in Proverbs chapter 25. So if you have your Bibles, go to Proverbs chapter 25 for me, and we'll read along together. Proverbs chapter 25, the ESV version, starting in verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of kings to search things out. It is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of kings to search things out. God's purpose, that could be an overwhelming thing. And depending on the circles that you run in, and when you hear people talking about purpose, you might have people around you that are so crystal clear about their purpose and the reason why they're on this earth, the reason why they exist. They got a mission statement, they got a vision statement, and they can just rattle it off. I'm not that clear on being able to pinpoint it to that level and degree of accuracy. To me, it unfolds. Different seasons call for different things. Ultimately, my purpose may not be tied to the work that I do, the vocation that I do. It may be tied to different things in different seasons for different reasons. So if you, like me, you felt purposeful in doing certain things, but not necessarily, this is the thing I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, this is why I'm put on the earth. I know some people like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad, I'm happy for you. I'm glad that's how you feel about things. But for me, it's not that easy and it's not that simple. So when I look at this passage here, let's look at a couple of observations. All right. It is the glory of God to conceal things. The glory of God. So let's talk about the glory. What does it mean, the glory? Honor, weight, majesty, and significance. You know, as men, we want to be significant. Everybody, as a man, I think most men want to feel significant. If you're a family man, you want to feel like when you're at home, it matters. When you leave, oh, they miss you. You come back, you feel like, okay, I was missed. I feel significant here. I don't feel insignificant at your work, in your job, whatever that you do. When you leave whatever place that you were in for whatever period of time, you want to feel like people miss you and they appreciate you, right? So significance. This says is the glory of God to conceal things. So God finds great honor and significance when he's able to conceal things. Now you may feel like, well, why would a loving God conceal? Why would he hide something from me? Let's dig in a little bit more and get some more revelation. We're just breaking this down one piece at a time. All right. So it's the glory of God to conceal things, but it is the glory of kings to search things out. Man, are you a king? Because if you are, it is the glory of you. You find significance in searching things out. You find honor and weight and majesty in searching things out. Now, why not search out entertainment? Why not just search out fun and good times? Well, you can, and you might get a little bit of glory, but it may not be the same level of glory or weight or significance long lasting that it would be if you search out problems to solve. If you search out questions, if you search out information, what are you searching out? You could be searching out the wrong thing. And maybe that's why you're unclear about your purpose. You could be just moving by the wrong heartbeat, the wrong pulse. The wrong thing is leading you. The wrong thing is pulling you. Maybe you saw some stuff growing up And you figure like, oh, this is what a man is. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to pursue. And maybe you need to unlearn some stuff. Maybe things that you've been doing are not really working for you and you're struggling. You're not really fulfilled. You're not really purposeful in the things that you're doing. So I'm going to give you a couple of keys. I'm going to give you a couple of things that you can walk away with. Okay. So now here's the 3 things that I promised you at the beginning of the video for you to start getting clarity today. Number 1, change your lens, right? Number 1, I want you to change your lens in order to start getting clarity about your purpose. What is the lens I want you to change? How does God see you? How does God see you? Have you ever thought about that? Like, how does God see me? How does he see me? What is my identity? What is your identity in God? You are a son of God. You are a man of God. Okay. That's how God sees you, as his son. You may have not had a good father growing up. You may have not had any father growing up. Your father may have been self-consumed about not having his purpose so clear that he couldn't help you identify your purpose and call out who you were. So sometimes as men, the most difficult thing to do first is see ourselves as a son before we can even be effective fathers, brothers, husbands, citizens in this earth. So we got to change the lens that we have. How does God see you? Consider that. Meditate on that. The other thing with changing your lens I want you to think about is to consider how people see you. How do people see you? What do people say about you? I call it a feedback loop. What is the consistent thing? Like if you ask the 5 people that are the closest to you, or the 5 people that work with you or in your family, what do you say about me? Like, what are my attributes? What are my characteristics? What's my value? Like, what do I bring to the table that's different and distinct from everybody else? If you've never asked people that question, I encourage you to ask some people that question. Now, you got to be careful because you got to ask the right people. The people might come for you. They might say some negative stuff. I'm talking about the people that love and care for you. What are they going to say about you? What do they say about you? Those are the things that you may or may not realize that speak to the attributes that God has put on the inside of you, and it has great purpose. It may or may not tie directly to your work and the things that you do to get paid, but there is a work for you to do. All right. So ask yourself, what do people say about me? And ask those people, what is that? Okay. That's sight. That's dealing with your sight. So I want you, number 1, to change your lens. Number 2 thing, in order to start getting clarity, I want you to change your filter. When I'm talking about filter, I'm talking about the sound. Okay. So the Bible talks about faith coming by hearing and hearing by the word of God. So I want you to change the things that you listen to. I want you to change the voices that you listen to. I want you to change that filter on what's coming through and what's passing through. One problem that you may have is that you may be running this question of clarity of purpose through the wrong filter. And by the wrong filter, it may be a dirty filter. It may be, you know what, you have the filter that was given to you, or you have the filter that the world has. And when you look at man, or you look at the world's goals, everything with purpose is tied to money. It's tied to financial gain. And so this is where the spirit of mammon comes in, because it's like, if I can't make money doing it, I must not be tied to my purpose, because God don't want me to be broke. I'm supposed to be prosperous. And yeah, wealth and all that, there's a place for that. But it's not the starting point. You don't look through a lens of saying, how was I created, fearfully and wonderfully made in God's likeness and his image, and I'm going to prosper in abundance in all the things that I do, and I'm going to do that. Oh, wait, but that ain't going to bring much money in. So it can't be that. Surely God don't want me to be broke. And that is sometimes how you may miss it. Because if God has a vision, and he will also bring the provision for it. If he has a vision for you to do something, he's giving you a gift for it, and you do it to your best of your ability, and he's opening up doors, he's going to bring provision. And sometimes we just start from the wrong place. So I need you to change your filter. I need you to change that sound. And I need you to trust that, you know what? I need to read God's word, hear what he said about me, hear what he said about prosperity, hear what he said about purpose. Listen to the people that are around me. Who do y'all say that I am? What are the things that I bring to the table? And how does God view me? And then finally, I want you, number 3, to change your position. Man, you got to move. You got to do some stuff, man. Give yourself an opportunity to fail. Give yourself an opportunity to succeed. Maybe you've been failing. You like, Jay, I've been failing. I'm like, okay, well, do something different. Give yourself an opportunity to succeed. But you can't just sit still. And so many guys are just sitting still on the sidelines of life, thinking God's going to smack them over their head with purpose, and all of a sudden you're going to be fulfilled and doing all these things. That's not how it works. You got to move. In order to take faith steps, you have to step. Okay, you can't take a step of faith just sitting there. There's faith and there's works. Now, you have to do what you can do so God can do what he does. All right. There's a story in the Bible about Lazarus. So Lazarus, the friend of Jesus, dead man. Jesus delayed in going to him. He died. His sister came and told Jesus, if you was here, you could have saved my brother. So, Jesus wept because the people were crying and they were weeping. So he was present and sad with the people, but he already knew the supernatural work he was going to do. In order to raise Lazarus from the dead, he had to first tell the men that were there, roll the stone away. So they rolled the stone away. Then he said, Lazarus, come forth. What am I saying? There's a natural element that you have to do. It's a faith step. Sometimes a faith step is a natural step before God can do the supernatural. Sometimes for you, it will be turning off the television. It may be saving some more money. It may be making a phone call. It may be talking to an investor. It could be anything, whatever it is for you. It could be putting in an application for that job. It could be calling back and asking again for something that you were denied on. It could be any of those things. So sometimes you have to move. You have to take a faith step and you have to move. You got to try some new stuff. Do something different. Things that you've done that you failed before, try it again, right? So you can overcome. All right. So those are the three things. Number one, change your lens. Number two, change your filter. And number three, change your position. And now, after all of that, my proof that you are a man baby. Okay. Here it is. If you want to hide something from a teenager, where do you got to put it? Say I want to hide some food. Teenagers eat a lot. Let's say I want to hide some cookies. All right, where I got to put it? Well, I got to put it up in a way somewhere where they got to do a little bit of work to go find it. Right. Say I want to hide something from a little kid. I got a little 6 or 7 year old kid. We're doing an Easter egg hunt. Where am I going to hide the Easter eggs? I'm gonna hide them a little bit closer so that they can find them. But I'm not going to put them down the block and around the corner, right? That would be cruel. They would never find it. But I'm going to put it just enough, age appropriate, where they can do that. Now, what if I want to hide something from a baby? I'm going to put it in plain sight because they have no understanding. They don't even know where to look. They don't even know the concept. I might not even have to hide it. All I have to do is put it in front of them, let their eyes focus on it, and then snatch it back, do something with my hands, and they'll be like, oh, way to go. So why do I say that you're a man baby? Because God has hidden some things in plain sight right in front of you. And if you were more mature, it would be a little bit further away. But I'm here to tell you that it is very close. Now, I'm talking about just those little purposes. Like sometimes you got to take baby steps. All right. Now, you're not really a man baby, but you get the point what I'm saying. You're a grown man. But I want you to mature from having that childlike, I don't know what to do, into opening your eyes and seeing what's right in front of you. And God has great purpose for you. All right. So I want you to open your eyes. I want you to read that word. I need you to change your lens. I need you to change your filter. I need you to change your position. And then you will start becoming the man God has called you to be and start walking in clarity and purpose. I'll see you next time.